Hey guys, hey guys. Hey Mali. Dame un crap. Hey, CJ's Catering. I know why you're saying that, but it's in your email. It's in your email. It's in your email. You didn't check. Guys, if you're joining me, can you help me to tap the screen and share the live? We're going to talk U.S. immigration this evening. Again, everything that we're going to discuss is for educational purposes and none of it should be understood as legal advice, okay? Okay. Come on, guys, help me to tap the screen and share the live. I'm putting together a packet I'm submitting. And hey Altia, I'm doing it while I'm on the live. Well, it's printed already. I'm just putting it together. And of course, you know, I don't know if you know, but you shouldn't just send your documents loosely. So that is why I'm using the 2-hole punch to punch holes in them to send them. How to marry a woman who is on a tourist visa. I'm a U.S. citizen. You guys just need to go to the courthouse, the probate court, get a marriage license. And once you guys have the marriage license, the courthouse will tell you if you could get married right away or if you need to wait maybe 1 to 3 days. And then once you guys get married, you just call me back at the number up top, 850-920-3475. And then we'll help you to do the petition for the green card. So ideally, wait 90 days to file. But you can wait 90 days, right? Because typically they're saying if you get married and file within 90 days, then, you know, you would have had dual intent. That's the person on the tourist visa. But the issue really is filing within 90 days. But you guys can just plan your thing out and get married the day after the 90 days, you know, as elapsed. So on the 91 day, you guys get married. And and you see, and if that is what I would do, if I'm in your case, I would start putting together evidence to support the relationship or support the marriage. So by the time that you have gotten married, you would have had almost everything, and you could be submitting. You know, a lot of people ask, how quickly after marriage can you submit? You got to prepare. So if you know that, hey, we're engaged, we're going to get married, start putting together those evidence, get the joint bank account, get on the lease, get on the renter's insurance, you know, start putting stuff together, make sure you're taking your pictures, start putting things together, get the insurance policy. So as soon as you get married, the day after, or the week after, 2 weeks after, you can file because you would have had everything. All right? It would just be a matter of you just completing the forms, putting together your money order, and file. You could even start doing your medical. You understand? Guys, if you're joining, will help me to tap the screen. We're going to talk U.S. immigration again. If you're looking to do that one-on-one chat with me, you can do so by texting the number 850-920-3475, 850-920-3475. We are offering a discount on our rate for naturalization. So if you're a green card holder and you're worried about whether or not you can travel, come, let's get your naturalization done. And we're only doing it for $1,000, okay? All right, Badman Wagwan. Somebody says, I have to have dates for my picture? It's good if you can have your pictures tell a story, right? So it doesn't make sense you just send a lump sum of pictures to immigration without the pictures telling a story. So tell a story with them. It helps in your decision, right? So you can put these first set of pictures together and he says, hey, we started dating in 2023 December. We met at the fireworks, the New Year's Eve fireworks, right? And then you show some pictures after, hey, 2 weeks after he invited me or I invited her on another date. This was at the Cheesecake Factory, and just tell the story like that. So I would put like 4 pictures on a page and kind of tell the story, what's going on, right? Almost like when you were in. So you're putting the picture and you're describing what's going on in the picture. That's how I would do it. All right? And because that way it tells a story. So put dates there if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it too much. But if you can, just put the dates there. Because the dates will also help you, because when you're preparing for your interview, then you remember the dates because you would have already tagged the dates on those stuff. All right? Lenore C. Yo hablo español un poquito. What does the letter of continuance after an interview mean? Well, it means that they're not making a decision, right? Then perhaps need something, or perhaps they don't need anything. But that letter typically tells you, though, that within 90 to 120 days, that they will make a decision or ask you for something if they need it. All right? A lot of people get the letter of continuance and the next day their case is approved. All right? So I wouldn't worry too much. Is the green card processing stop or not? No, green cards are still being printed every day. A lot of green cards were approved last Saturday on the 12th, a lot of them. So can I marry before 90 days, get marriage license and then file? So you can marry before 90 days, but do not file until after 90 days, yes. Hey Vendetta Queen, good night, how you doing? Okay, so this one is just this. So guys, as I'm saying, when you're sending out your packets to immigration, you make sure that you have your 2-hole punch, your fastener, and fasten it. Especially those persons who are sending stuff to the court, you cannot. I've had cases rejected from the court because it wasn't 2-hole punched or fastened. All right, make sure that you do that. All right. Somebody here says, I have a 10-year green card. I got a wet reckless. Been outside the United States. Leaving. Again, am I safe to return? I'm not understanding what you're saying. Can you retype that for me, please, W? Not a problem. What's mother and son interview like? It's pretty chill. It's more about you, mother, if son is filing for you. And it's more about admissibility. All right? So that's basically what they're going to be asking about, admissibility. So when I say admissibility, they're going to ask you those questions on the 485, really. Have you ever committed a crime? Have you ever, committed a crime that you weren't convicted for? Have you ever stuff like that. Have you ever done prostitution, stuff like that? Those are the type of questions that they're really going to be asking you. So I wouldn't be too worried, Vendetta Queen. All right. Hey, Kay and James. Hi, can one file for marriage certificate only? When you say marriage certificate only, what do you mean? I'm going to be in the DC, Virginia area next weekend. And then immediately after leaving DC, Virginia, I'm going to be going to Alabama to USCIS. So I'm going to be all over the place next week. All right. Can you file for work permit before your green card? You file for everything together, Scorpio Queen, okay? File for everything together. When should I expect to receive my decision if my decision is for pickup for I-489? Have they told you when to go and pick up? No, I don't stop cook. Me cook yesterday. Me cook yesterday. Right, so I'm gonna stop cook. Hey, Carlene, good evening. Can you tell me about marriage with a U.S. citizen, please? Hey, so if you're married to a U.S. citizen, right, and you had good entry, you might be able to do an adjustment of status, which means you can stay inside the U.S. and file for your green card. And that's if you're married to a U.S. citizen, you have good entry, which means that you came in legally. And even sometimes some people come in legally, but their entry is not good for an adjustment. For example, those on the C visas. But if you have good entry, generally speaking, good moral character, all of that, and you're married to a U.S. citizen, you generally is able to adjust status inside the U.S. All right. But again, this is generally speaking. All right. If someone filed their tax and then find out they owe, can they still be a sponsor? Yes, as long as they're making over the poverty level guidelines. Jay, you look effectively rich. Thank you so much, Danielle. Thank you. It's hospital bankruptcy. What does that mean? I got a wet, reckless charge. Okay, drinking, driving. I wasn't charged with DUI. Am I safe to return? What have you done with that? Have you completed everything with that? I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay out there? Let's be honest. Are you going to stay outside of the US? Or are you coming back home? Let's be honest. Yes, Carolina, that question is on the green card. As a matter of fact, when I was doing my green card interview, they asked me that specific question. If I've ever been involved in prostitution, and I think another one, if I've ever paid money or contribute anything to prostitution or something of sort. It's actually on the green card application. Let me pull it up and tell you what question number, what it is. One moment. Yes, sweetie, I'm going to be in Virginia, is it Norfolk? Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to be. May I go tell you where? And you can come buy me lunch. One moment. Guys, one moment. Don't move. I'm trying to find the question on the I-485 to tell you what number it is that asks about prostitution for Carolina. So it's one of those have you ever questions, right? And one moment. It's question number 30. Question number 30 on the green card application. And it says, have you ever engaged in prostitution, or are you coming to the United States to engage in prostitution? And then question number 31 says, have you ever directly or indirectly procured or attempted to procure or import prostitutes or persons for the purpose of prostitution? Right? And then 32 says, have you ever received any proceeds or money from prostitution? Right? And then 33 says, do you intend to engage in illegal gambling or any form of commercialized vice, such as prostitution, bootlegging, or the sale of child pornography while in the United States? So yes, the prostitution questions are actually on the green card application, and they typically ask them depending in your interview. Okay? Guys, remember to tap the screen. We're trying to go to 10K likes. Keep tapping that screen. We're talking U.S. immigration. Everything that we're discussing is to be understood as for educational purposes only. None of it should be thought of as legal advice, okay? Okay, somebody says, file for a spouse and send in marriage certificate and I-130 only. You have to submit a lot more documents, Tony Dior, because you have to show proof that your marriage is legitimate. The marriage certificate alone will not show proof. A lot of people can get marriage certificate and the marriage is not even real, right? So you have to show proof that that marriage is real, and in showing proof, that's where the bank statements come in, the lease agreement, the renter's insurance, the life insurance, the pictures, the affidavits, all of those stuff comes in to show proof that your marriage is legitimate, okay? They denied my I-45 because of the removal I have in 2006. Can you help? All right. 850-920-3475. Send us a text message. We get you on our attorney's calendar and we see how best we can help you. Okay? Oh, go on, yeah, so. But yeah, so that's the number to text. Text that number. We send you the link. It's $97 to book the chat, and we'll get you on the calendar. All right? $97. I guess I only have one. All right, so somebody says, got denied because I withdrew my application. Should I return my working permit? Okay, so yes, if you withdraw your application, they're going to deny the case and they're going to tell you that within 18 days, your work permit is no longer good and you should send it back. The call is yours. Okay? I'm going to Bali for a week and coming home. I have a 10-year green card through VAWA. Okay, all the best. Safe travels. The officer told me that I will receive a notice, says that my decision is ready for pickup. That's typically what they say in asylum sometimes. And so just wait on the notice. And once you get the notice, then you go and pick up your decision, okay? What if you did 2 interviews, November 24, and haven't gotten a decision, but a letter for medical last month? That's good. Means that they're ready to make a decision on your case. So go ahead and send them... Go ahead and send them the thing real quick. Go ahead and send them it real quick. All right, the medical. When should I receive the notice that says that? I don't know. They will tell you. Sometimes it's a month after, sometimes it's even longer, sometimes years. You understand? My husband filed for bankruptcy. Will that affect my status? It shouldn't. Somebody's asking how much is the fee for adjustment. It depends. It can range anywhere from $2,375 to $3,005. Jay, what's the first step for filing for a spouse? All right, Tony, the first step for filing for your spouse is texting us at 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. That's the first step. Text us, and then we'll schedule a consult and chop it up from there. Okay? If student marry a U.S. citizen, student status is changed, please. Your status don't change until, well, it could change if you don't keep your student status. And when I say don't keep it, you don't do something to keep your civis. When you file for an adjustment of status and you get a green card, then your status has changed. Yes. I did biometrics for T-Visa, but haven't received anything from USCIS yet. Want to book a consultation to see if I'm qualified for VAWA? Well, Jay, I'm happy to talk with you. Send me a text message, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. It's $97. We'll talk about it and see if you qualify or not, okay? I sent in the medical and they said they have not seen it. When did you send the medical benefit? Do I need to rent or lease agreement to naturalize? No, you don't need rent or lease agreement for naturalization interview. No, you don't. Tax return transcript? Yes, you're going to need all of those. A Angel, good night. Jay, kindly explain the immigration medical. That's where you have to go to a specific doctor and the doctor is checking for communicable diseases. Diseases that you can easily pass on to the population. That's what they're checking for. If the doctor sees something, the doctor is expected to treat you for that, okay? Will my 70-year-old mom given the regular citizenship? No, your mom will not be given the regular citizenship test because of her age. How long has she had the green card? Hey guys, thank you for joining. Remember, we're talking U.S. immigration. Everything we're discussing is for educational purposes only. None of it should be understood as legal advice. I try to come on Carolina at around 8 o'clock, 7 to 8 thereabout, every day. That's when I try to come on, okay? Yes, if you're a student and you get married, you possibly can, you definitely can change your status through filing a marriage-based green card. Can the medical show pregnancy? You're going to do blood tests. Does blood test typically show pregnancy? I think so. Thank you for what? Thank you. What are the things needed? Just tax? No. So you can complete the form. Fatima, as a matter of fact, I'm offering a discount this month. I will help you with your citizenship application for only $1,000, plus you pay the government fees. All right? And so we'll help you to complete the form, putting together all that you need. We'll get you your questions, prepare you. We'll do a mock interview and everything with you and make sure that you're ready for your interview just for $1,000, and you pay the government fees. I-751 pending. Are we required to go in for interviews? Yes, there's scheduling interviews on a lot of I-751. But here's also something you can do, Jim Freak. If it is that you're still married and you filed your 751 and know you would have had a green card for 3 years, you may qualify for naturalization. And a lot of people with that in mind, they're filing their naturalizations and they're becoming U.S. citizens, right? And so what happened is when naturalization is going to move faster than the 751, so they're going to schedule the interview for naturalization, but in order to the naturalization, they have to make a decision on the 751, and so the officer typically makes a decision first on the 751 and then move on to the N400. And they also take blood tests for other diseases. Yes, they do. All right, yes, they do. There's something I needed to check. My I-45 was denied and I filed the 290B. They responded and said they sent the acceptance letter. Okay. But Natty, here's the thing. A lot of people, when their I-45 is denied, they run and file new 290Bs. And 290Bs sometimes is not even the accurate thing to do. Maybe you just need to reapply. Yes, I've handled J1 waivers. I have a few pending and I've had a few that got approved. Jay, I can't get an affidavit sponsorship. What do you suggest? I'm running out of time. Look at your assets. Look at the assets between you and your husband and see if that works. Are you working? Be creative. Can a 10-year green card holder file for kids in Jamaica? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. If you need some help with that, text us 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. I-485 got denied. My spouse take back his petition. What's to do? 850-920-3475. 850-920-3475. Send us a text message and schedule a consultation, Sean, and let's talk about it. All right, there might be options if you qualify. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Send us a text message. I'm ready to answer the text message right now to get you that link to book your one-on-one chat with me. Okay? You may qualify for something, you never know. I think a lot of you are not... Okay, maybe it's me. What if you get a letter of residence from Georgia Power stating you live at the address? Yeah, you can also use that. You can also use that. Sean, the number is on top of the screen is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475, okay? Somebody says, what if your sponsor files taxes and then found out that he owes taxes? And I've answered that question before. And what I said was, if it is that your sponsor is making above the poverty level guidelines and is able to sponsor you, then sure, it doesn't matter that they owe taxes. That was prompt can default on school loan hinder from filing for someone? No. No. Guys, give me 1 minute. Let me go wash my hand. I was in the store just now and I sprayed a cologne on my hand and it's affecting me. All right, thank you for your patience. If you don't get your green card in 2 years, what else, Odetta? Odette? That's fine. What they look for in the joint account. Sometimes the officers are very inquisitive. They're looking to see that the joint account is paying the bills and stuff like that in the house. And sometimes the officers are the one that tells you that your spouse is cheating on you based on what they see in the joint account. Yeah. All right. So sometimes they're pretty inquisitive. All right. When it comes on to that, is it okay for green card holder to study abroad and return? I mean, yes, or they can just apply for a re-entry permit in order to stay longer. You're in control again, Daniel, with the questions. I heard a story about that. Officer showed the wife a subscription to a gay website. Yes, that happens. Yes, the officer is sometimes inquisitive and they're the ones that go through your account and show the wife that your husband is cheating. Okay? Jay, can I get a list of strong bona fides to get after? Definitely, if you go into my link tree, you can actually, I think, buy my checklist for like $9. It's there. I think marketing put it there. I-751 pending, going through a divorce due to domestic violence. What options do I have? Let's talk some more, Gym Freak, to see exactly what's going on with you. And let's talk about your options, okay? Because if your I-751 is pending based on the fact that the marriage is still good, then that's an issue, all right? Send us a text message, 850-920-3478. That's 850-920-3478. Hi, do you disclose the cost to do all your paperwork? I do, but we do that in a one-on-one session, all right? Not typically on the live. All right, so if you reach out to us, 850-920-3475, we will discuss it in a one-on-one call. All right? I'm located in the state of Georgia. I am in the Atlanta area. Is it okay for a green card holder to study abroad? I did answer that, and I did say that yes, it is okay. I would though just apply for a re-entry permit, and that would allow me to kind of stay longer out there. So that's what I would do. Okay. Can I get an N600 done without my dad's certificate? No, you might need your dad's certificate. You're definitely gonna need your dad's certificate, KK. All right. Is there kinds of misinformation? There is all kinds of misinformation, and it's sad owing for school and child support are unable to file. Yeah, no, that's not accurate. That's not accurate. Guys, can you tap the screen for me? I'm trying to go to 20K likes. Can you all help me with that? Please, I'm trying to go to 20K likes. Let's talk to see if there might be a workaround, KK. So let's talk. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, good night. Can you file for your work permit before your green card? No, you need, if the green card application is not pending, you can't file for the work permit. And that's why we say you can file concurrently, which is filing both of them at the same time. All right. Not seeing the link to buy the stuff in Bonafides in the link tree. All right. Send us a text message, 850-920-3475, 850-920-3475, and we'll get you the link, okay? Or we'll get you the checklist, whichever. Do I need to hire an attorney to help me with my I-130 process? Perhaps that's a good decision, Annie. If you can't do it on your own, you definitely need to seek some help, okay? All right, you're in Georgia, you'll call me tomorrow, no problem. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Is SIDGE cases hard to get approved? Well, it's an entire process, right? You first have to get the abandonment done in family court, and then after that you go over to immigration, and yes, it takes a lot of time. All right. Is it a problem if my petitioner has a criminal record? It depends, right? It depends on the criminal record. USCIS, they're also doing background checks for the petitioner too, so it really depends on the criminal record. Things that they're thrown up on are typically Adam Walsh crimes, and stuff like that. Suppose I divorce my husband on while he's in conditional green card and only use me for paper. You can always go ahead and divorce if your marriage is not working out. Your husband will have to figure it out on his own after that. Okay. What's the cost to do the re-entry permit? Reach out to me, Denson, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Reach out. Let's talk about it, and we'll talk about the costs to assist you with your re-entry permit. Guys, again, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. Also, I'd love if you could tap the screen for me and bring me to 20K likes, all right? Somebody says, if a job application requires me to file my W-4 taxes as single, regardless of being married, a job cannot stipulate that you file single. A job cannot. You can always put on the W-4 single for tax planning purposes, but when you are filing your taxes at the end of the year, you need to either file married filing separate, or married filing jointly. A job cannot dictate that you have to file single. No job can do that. Just tap on the screen, Carolina. Just on the screen. Just tap on the screen, and it gives the likes up. Okay. November will make 4 years that I'm a green card holder. Can I file for my citizenship? No, you can only file for your citizenship at 4 years and 9 months. All right, 4 years and 9 months. No, Annie, I didn't see your previous question. I'm sorry. I'm naturalized, convicted of DV 1 year after I got citizenship. It's this May, safe to travel. You're a citizen. You're a citizen. Even if they detain you, they still have to let you back in. Not detain you per se, but secondary screening. All right. My number is on top of my head is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Okay. Guys, keep tapping the screen, keep sharing the live. Get your friends to come on in. We're talking U.S. immigration. Typically, I do an hour on here. I've been talking for 37 minutes, so I have a good 20 minutes left. Do I need to hire an attorney to help? I did answer, Annie, I did. I said to you that if you're not comfortable doing it on your own, then you perhaps need to hire an attorney, a consultant, or somebody that can help you with the process, okay? You could hire me. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Can I get my passport from ICE? If they take it, you actually can. Get your lawyer to request it for you. My dad did my filings, got here before 18. How can I become a citizen? You reach out to me and let's talk about it. You're perhaps already a citizen. 850-920-3475. 850-920-3475. Was your dad a citizen? Was your dad a citizen when you came here? Sheldon Wagwan. Yes, Tay, reach out to us and let's request it for you. What is the reason why ICE would take your passport? They take your passport because they want, when you're ordered deported, that they have a travel document to send you back on. Right? They want a travel document to send you back on. All right? Come on, guys. Tap the screen for me. And again, if you want to reach out to me for one-on-one chat, I'm open to that. Typically a nicer person on the one-on-one chats. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. All right. Did you see the message from the phone number ending in 226? Let me check. Yes, got it. Got it and responded to you. Thank you, Carolina. I'm happy you were able to come on and support me tonight. The best time to call will be tomorrow between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. That would be the best time to call. All right, you can call us 850-920-3475, 850-920-3475. All right, no problem. Thank you so much. Looking forward to talking with you, Becky baby. All right. If you have a removal order and married to a U.S. citizen, can you get a green card? It's sticky. It's going to be very sticky because guess what? You already have a removal order. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done because you have to reopen that removal order, right? You got to get rid of that removal order and then you can start applying for the green card. And it's a lot of work and maybe the judge might not even be willing to open that removal order. So the first step in your process is consulting an attorney. All right, we have an attorney on our team. If you want to reach out, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody wants my number, 850-920-3475. That's what you're asking for, my number, 850-920-3475. Method of rec money. What that mean, Carolina? Are work permits still coming out? Yes, work permits are still coming out. Work permits are still being approved for all case types. All right. If I file for annulment, what can my spouse do to make look bad? He doesn't live with me. If you file for annulment, then the marriage never happened, right? If you file for an annulment, that's what you're saying. The marriage never happened, right? That they tricked me into marrying me or something of that sort. If I'm doing my kids and my paperwork, do all of us need affidavit of support? Yeah, man, everybody will need it. All right, children, take care. Someone with a green card stays in Jamaica going to college for more than a year. What will happen? Selfie, that someone is not supposed to be doing that, okay? Unless that's someone that applied for a re-entry permit. So before they go over the year, they need to reach out and let's see if we can help them. All right. Somebody says how many days it takes to get a work permit. It depends. Some people get the work permit approved within a day. I saw one of my colleagues filed a work permit and got it approved in 24 hours. But it really depends. Yes, still 180 days to become qualified for work permit under asylum. After 180 days, then then that's when they typically will issue it to you. How do I pay you, sir? Go ahead and send a text message, 850-920-3475, 850-920-3475, and then we will talk about how to make payment for whatever you're trying to make payment for. All right, somebody says he's planning something with his immigration lawyer, so I wanted to prepare myself. Got it. I understand. He's planning something with his immigration lawyer. That sounds like a vowel. All right, unavailable. Who is unavailable? I can't. One affidavit work for... Can't one affidavit work for child and mom? Well, you're filing for 2 different green cards. How much money? It can, how much money is the person making? But you have to complete you can't complete just one form. You have to complete more than one form. All right. Somebody says, hey friend, got my declaration for my T visa done. Daniel, you'd have most have to pin that one. For my T visa done. So much trauma, I cried. I'm so sorry, Activator. I'm so sorry. Nikki says you're cute. Thank you, Nikki. Is the pause on the green card for Sally? Yes, it's still pause. All right. I need a visa. Go ahead and reach out, 850-920-3475, 850-920-3475. Somebody says, do I have to pay for a consultation fee to hear the price for... No, you don't. You don't typically have to. If you're texting the number also have automation on there, right? So if I don't respond in time, then I have somebody responding. Plus, I also have AI, a bot responding for me too. So if I don't respond in time, then the bot will respond to you and the bot may tell you need to book a consultation, all right? Jay, when can I call you? Tomorrow morning between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Please, can you explain to me? What do you want me to explain to you? Do you guys do passport application? Yes, we do. Go ahead and reach out, Everton King. Go ahead and reach out, 850-920-3475. Is it the norm for I-130 to be approved before I-45? Yes, because you cannot get an I-45 approved unless the I-130 is approved. The I-130 has to be approved in order for you to get the I-45, because the I-130 is the basis on which you're getting the I-45. You understand? Can a senior on pension with green card file for wife? Yes. Somebody says, how long to renew green card? It's taking anywhere from 8 months up there right now. All right. Green card for style pause. For processing style? What are we talking about? I'm from Jamaica. I was turned on one time. All right. That don't mean nothing. Thank you, Carolina. Thank you. Is it normal for a green card? Is it normal for a green card interview when petitioning for... Yes, it is. It is the normal process. Somebody says, do I still have interview for widow case petition? On the 485, they may ask you questions. Do you work with people out of the USA? Yes, I do. Are people not being released on bonds? Yes, there are people being released on bond, Karen. There are quite a lot of people. But here's the thing, Karen, they got to qualify for bond, you know. So there are people being released on bond. Can you answer me, please? If I see your question, I'll definitely answer it. Green card for a Sally pause. Yes, we did say that. I'm from Jamaica and my spouse is in the US, wants to marry me there. Is that okay? Sure. Sure. Invite me to the wedding too. Again, guys, trying to book that one-on-one chat, send us a text message, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. We're talking U.S. immigration. Again, everything that we're discussing is for educational purposes and none of it should be understood as legal advice, okay? I'm going to book so we can discuss it more. Definitely looking forward to chatting with you, Kara. All right, looking forward. 850-920-3475. 850-920-3475. Not a problem. Send me a chat, D-boy, so that we can get the online session booked. Danielle, can you get me a cologne, Danielle? What radio you worked on before? I know Tony was gonna ask me the question, what radio I worked on before. I worked on I'm sorry, that invitation was sent in an arrow. I worked on a community radio station before. That was back in Jamaica. I was trained by two of the best in media. I was trained by Rosman Brown of Cool 97 FM and Patrick Prendergast. I think he's at UWI right now. He was the first executive producer for Smile Jamaica. Okay. So yeah, and I'm gonna start a radio station for myself. All right. Somebody says I love your background. You upgrade. Definitely yes. My background is beautiful now. This is now my executive office. And so that's the background that you're looking at. Meek Mill says, what happens if you got your I-360 approved, but you never received the approval notice? You can call them and ask them for the approval notice. Because you're going to need the approval notice to file your 485. All right? Call them and ask for it. And Meek Mill, you don't need to ask the question more than once, okay? What if lack photos with family because we rather... That's okay, as long as you have other evidence to show proof of bona fide marriage. Photos are not, but as long as you have evidence to show proof of bona fide marriage. Oh boy, you make it seem so easy. I know, I do that sometimes. I'm going to be honest. I do sometimes make it seem easy. And it's not as easy as I'm making it seem. All right. It's paused under this administration and has been paused since last year. I did not know. It's paused since this year. Since after the 28th of January. All right. Yeah, man. Meek Mill. Bill, no man. Bill. And stop ask the question them so much time. What's wrong with you? And talk about your galleys. You need to ask a question one time. So let me answer your question, Meek Mill. So what I'm saying is you cannot call them to request a copy of the notice, right? And because you're going to need it to file your 485 if you didn't file one before. All right? But congratulations on the approval of your I-360. All right? Congrats, man. I love Shelly Ann Hill at the time. At the time, her voice was entertaining. Okay. Is it normal for I-130 and I-45 to take almost 3 years? Sometimes. Unfortunate sometimes. Oh yeah, cool 97. Think I answered that one already. You sent me an email. Not a problem, Chin. I'll respond to you. I'm afraid to ask which cologne. Oh, yes, Daniel, let me show you the cologne. That's what I was looking for, Why do I have 40 items in my Amazon cart? Rock of Ages, where's the cologne? Why all of a sudden the cologne disappeared from my cart? This is not cute. Who went in my cart and disappeared the cologne? But Daniel, it look like say me delete it out of my cart. Me soon find it. Probably out of stock, yes. Me soon find it. Alright, somebody says, right, I bet. Alright. Somebody says, Jay, you don't understand one thing you read. Sometimes I don't understand what I read and then I just move on. And I beg you, say him gone. Oh, you mean the guy there? Meek guy. Jay, I sent you an email. Okay, yes, Chin, no problem. No upcoming earrings. That's not bad. Alright. Oh, I'm cool fan from Foundation. Rosman is a stalwart from JBC. Yes. Yes. Okay. Miss Hill used to work at... Okay, got it. Somebody says stay on track. Alright, guys, let me come back on track. My son prior to date is current. What can I do if USCIS is holding on the green card? They're holding on to the green card or they haven't approved it yet? Which one? Because you're behaving as if they're holding on to the green card. Like this and says, I'm not giving it to you. Is that what USCIS is doing? I doubt it. I was talking about Chilean. Yeah. I recall. That's what you were talking about. Guys, can you tap the screen and share the live for me? We're talking US immigration again. Everything is for educational purposes and none of it should be construed as legal advice, okay? No, sir. The light is not lighting. Today it was lighting, but now it's not lighting. Hey, Sashi, good night. How you doing? Okay, it says not approved as yet. All right, so just give them some time. I'm sure they're going to approve it. All right? I'm sure they're going to approve it. No, man, me lost the cologne. Oh, that will happen. I wonder if we can find it in a search. Or did I purchase it? I didn't. I be purchasing a lot of stuff nowadays. Okay, I found the cologne. I found the cologne, but sorry for you. But it look like say I gone off of Amazon for true, you know, the real one. The real one gone off of Amazon. That's why you're not in a my cat no more. Rasta Judge. Then somebody increase it. Watch ring light, big content creator. Where's the ring light? Come in on the ring light. Been on the ring light, you know. Shelly at IRFM. Okay, she's at IRFM now. What's your take on? I think it's inhumane. Yeah. You have a tribunal airing. Somebody says, my ATL brother, how you doing? Info Wings. Should I continue my pending TPS case with USS since it's ending for Cameroonians? I would try to look for another defense. That's good, Sashi. That's good. Are you located in Florida area? Back and forth, Florida and Georgia. But it doesn't matter where you're at, you know, or where I'm at. I can be wherever you want me to be. As I said, weekend, from Sunday to Tuesday, I'm going to be in Virginia, DC, Virginia. And then I'm coming back Tuesday night. And after I come back Tuesday night, I'm going to be in Alabama the next morning. Montgomery. All right. What are the possible attacks at interview for a bisexual marriage that includes a child? I'm not sure that there's going to be any attacks. All right. Yes, Sashi, I'll respond to you. What your name? Here it is, Danielle. Somebody say respond to me, please. Miss I-130. Miss I-130 doing filing of 485 after marriage, but after 1 year, USS requested me to 85. And I'm not understanding all of that. Not understanding all of that. I'm sorry. You have to retype it so it makes it a little clearer so I can understand. Respond to me, please. Let me see your question. Check your email. I didn't remember about that. And how much million is that? Like $150. Not too much. Tell me, oh, you're broke. I know the government not pay you so much money. Should I continue my pending? Oh yeah, I did answer your question. I did answer. I said you were supposed to find another relief, right? So find something else that may work for you. What do I get that though? Guys, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. Again, we're talking US immigration. Everything that we discuss is for educational purposes only. If you're looking to book a consultation, I'm happy to assist you. Send me a text message at 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, I have my EAD, and they said that they ask to submit additional evidence. What are we about, Andrea? What are we talking about, Andrea? Somebody says, I hear a TV voice. My EAD combo card and my I-45 is pending at once. Susie. Is pending at once. It's pending. Once it's approved, what should I update? My EAD combo card and my EAD combo card. My I-45 is pending. Oh, I have my EAD combo card and your I-485 is pending. Once it's approved, should I update it? No, once it's approved, you don't need your EAD combo card anymore. Andrea, I'm not following. I'm sorry. Susie asked a question. Her question was, they asked to submit additional evidence. If they ask for additional evidence, then submit it. After college, what's the next step if your 5-year visa is out? What if I have an upcoming interview, but I've not been in contact with my lawyer? Call your lawyer. Call your lawyer, Ramona. Call your lawyer. The only thing you can do, call your lawyer and find out what's going on. Thank you so much for that. Hey, Shireen, how are you? If you receive your green card, does USCIS automatically update SSN? Yes, for the green card, yes, they're doing that. For the green card, they're doing that. Yes, you will get a new SSN with the green card. Thank you, Shireen. Shireen says she liked my background. Thank you so much. And you know what, say, I did plan to use one different background tonight. This was the background I planned to use tonight. Let me show you. Let me show you all. So I was planning to talking to you guys like this tonight. Yeah, that's how I was planning to talk to you guys tonight. All right, good night, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. It's all right, so this was the background. We made it plan for join. Let me get some lights over this side. Alright, somebody said office set up nicer. Somebody says, I'm an asylum seeker. I came here with my visa. I'm in love with my boyfriend. Okay? What else? Hey, good night, sweet and sassy. Good night, Becky. Good night. I'll respond to you, Sasha, as soon as I am off here. Okay, you came as an asylum seeker. You're in love with your boyfriend. And what else? And what else? Different angle now. Different angle. Can I still put in for... Yes, if you qualify for work permit, you can still put in for work permit. If you came here, you know, on a visa and file an asylum and you have a boyfriend and you're in love with your boyfriend, go ahead and file your adjustment of status. I mean, get married and file whatever you need to file if you're in love with your boyfriend. Are you a boyfriend, you know? And if you don't marry your boyfriend, somebody else will do it. So, the choice is yours. Anybody agree with me? If you don't marry your boyfriend, somebody else will marry the boyfriend. What about VAWA? If you need some help with your VAWA, go ahead and reach out to me, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Can someone go to their interview without a lawyer? They can. People are doing it every day. They can. Shireen Samidir. Alright. When you seek asylum, then marry after. Can the asylum be closed out? Yes, it can. Hey, Top Girl, good evening. Good evening. Guys, continue to tap the screen and share the live. We're talking U.S. immigration. Again, everything we're discussing is for educational purposes. None of it should be understood as legal advice, okay? What if you have a VAWA and get married? Yeah, so if you have a VAWA and get married, then it nullifies the other VAWA that you have. Surprise, surprise. Does that mean you will need to write a letter? I mean, you can ask the officer. If you came in good and you filed an asylum and then you got married after and filed, the first application the officer is going to have on the desk is that asylum. When you go for interview, they're going to have that on their desk. All right? And they will more than likely close it out for you. Starbucks. I'm in the mood now. I love a grand crowd. Lady me for this. No problem. Somebody says DHS. What's wrong with DHS purpose? If you come on a visa, seek asylum, do you have to report to DHS? No, they'll schedule an interview for you. All right. And remember, DHS is USCIS. All right. Guys, we're going to mash up the keyboard. The keyboard been off a mashup. I did promise an hour, and right now it's an hour and 10 minutes. The keyboard been off a mashup. Oh my god. What if your mom have a visitor visa and come up to the US? Can I file for her? Yes, if you're a US citizen, yes, you can adjust her status while she's here in the US. You can. Can I travel to El Salvador with a green card? Can I travel to El Salvador with a green card? Yeah, you can. Before notice is sent. Do I have to get a lawyer? It's up to you whether or not you want to get a lawyer. You can hire me, Top Girl. 850-920-3475. 850-920-3475. You can definitely hire me. Yeah, man, you can travel wherever you want to go with your green card, Connie. American Express. No problem. You think it's safe to travel on advance parole? Oftentimes people reserve traveling on advance parole for emergency purposes, right? But you're doing it at your own risk. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much again for coming on with me tonight. It was indeed a pleasure connecting with you. Again, for those of you who want to book your one-on-one chat with me, you can do so if you text the number 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. And we will send you the link to book your one-on-one chat. Jay, if I reschedule my interview, will they give me back a date like within? Yes. Yeah, you'll get a date back within a month time. I witnessed that 2 days ago. Well, last week somebody called me and they were like, hey, this is the situation, this is the situation, this is the situation. I'm like, all right, go ahead, call USS, let them know what the situation is, ask them to reschedule their date. USS reschedule the interviews within another month time. All right. So yeah, but thank you again. It was a pleasure connecting with you. I am going to do what now? Even when you file VAWA, I'm not sure. I don't sure what you're talking about right there. My work permit was approved but later denied based on pending asylum. What was the reason for the denial? US visa is $185, I think, for the US visa, and if you're approved, you have to pay $250 after as a security, so that you don't overstay. Yeah. But thanks again, guys. If you wanna reach out to me, it's 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. It was a pleasure connecting with you this evening. I look forward to do it again tomorrow. My name is Jay Carter. Good evening and stay blessed.